What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ride My Avatar, and did you hear the bell? That means it's another beautiful day in the market watch. So without further ado, let's talk about all the ins and outs of this market, and let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Let's get into it. So first off, we have Takuya D-Scanner Alternate Art. So this is the BT7, basically what will classify max rarity for anybody that wants to build the red hybrid deck. And there is a Koji version for the blue, but we're going to talk about the red because right now people are crazy. $300 per copy. No one has bought any, so which is a good sign. But as you know, this was only related to the Digivice, so you don't have really a lot of ways of getting your hands on this card as it's max rarity. Who knows, they might print something in the future that might make it a little more accessible, because I think putting cards behind a Digivice that is just a toy at the end of the day, and you don't give a full playset, you just give one and one. I don't think it's worth it in my opinion. Definitely, this was a ball drop on Bandai, but hey, I can't control them. But on the Europe side, no listings yet, but we'll see if that'll change in the future. Next card, though, we're going to talk about is Arata. Arata is going to go up probably depending on if there is more support for that Diaboromon, the nice good Diaboromon. So your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Diaboromon, you may suspend this tamer to play one Diaboromon token without paying its memory cost. Start a turn. If you have a Digimon with unidentified in its type in its trash, gain one memory. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for the Ace when you Digivolve on your turn, it's fine. The Ace Diaboromon is definitely a card to keep an eye out on, but because this isn't all turns producing tokens, which if this was would be a lot better, but who knows, we might see a updated Arata or some sort of Diaboromon related card that'll give us a new tamer or something like that, just so that it gets another step forwards in the right direction, in my opinion. But for now, Diaboromon definitely might get some hype in its certain areas. Arata on the Europe side looking like €3 to €7 range, which isn't terrible. Not terrible at all. A little bit better than us. We're kind of in the 6 though. That's good to see. Next though, let's take a look. Diaboromon tokens from the Digifest. So keep this your eye on this, because there's only one way of getting tokens. You could get custom tokens or cards that'll represent, but just remember that even with the hype of Quartz, that this Digimon cannot be used as a Diaboromon token. This card can be used as a Diaboromon token. Tokens cannot be included in decks. Tokens cannot Digivolve or be used as Digivolution cards, and tokens are removed from the game when they leave play. So that is kind of important, just that if they were bounced, spin back, or anything like that, instantly gone, removed from play. So worth keeping a note on that. Then on the Europe side, looking like paired to our values, a little bit cheaper. They're in the €4 range to €5 range, which is not terrible, like up to 7. So a lot cheaper than us by a landslide, at least by $4. So let's take a look here. Diaboromon Alternate Art from Classic Collection. Definitely saw another buyout because people are crazy like this, but you know, I don't expect this thing to ever recover, especially since Classic Collection was very much under opened. So this is going to be an expensive card, all in all, going forward. So do I expect this? Opponents turn all your Diaboromon's game blocker. This can lead to being very powerful, especially depends on certain circumstances. And that is like Diaboromon, Ace, the well-timed ones, if you have a second stack out, might lead to being some good value there. But for now, this isn't as crazy as it can be, but it's good to keep an eye out on. I don't like the huge white to black, white to black, white to black interchangeable top end they've been doing. This should just be straight up black, white, call it a day, so that they can play the Diaboromon deck into existence. The problem comes down in Ulti Cups, you can't even play this deck. So €13 to €22. Okay, cheaper than us, which is good to see, but we're just really expensive right now. Then we do have a next card that's going to be is Caramon. Yes, I know I'm talking a lot about Diaboromon, but that's just because the aces were revealed. And it's good to notice stuff to pick up that might be worth your investment. Caramon, especially keep this in mind because your turn when you play another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon, trigger draw 1. Not terrible. I think this is just good value all around. So definitely keep this in mind when you're trying to invest into Diaboromon in the future. Let's see what Caramon has. So 75 cents, €1, about €2, just plenty of copies paired to ours, a little bit less, but it's definitely going up for BTO2. Next, though, is Corsorimon. So this card is the Digimon promotional cards. So especially since the fact of the ace cards are very easily deleted, and then your opponent gains so much memory back in exchange, this could help out with all your Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gains black, white decoy. So those tokens can take the beating for you, which you want it to do in a way, because at least with this, the decoy will set it off and then set your opponent back a bit. So just something to keep in mind, especially if you want to play Protect the King kind of style of gameplay, as Diaboromon is best known for it. So about $3 is not terrible for now. Europe side looking like 70 cents to €1. Plenty of copies all around. Promo's not going anywhere. Next, though, let's talk about it. Is, if this thing loads up faster than a snail, is Emperor Greymon alternate art from Across Time. Definitely seeing a buyout here. Only 9 listings left. That is crazy to me, but only a few are in the $30 range. Then they bump up to 30 to 40 really quickly. So there's like this threshold with Simply Unlucky Games, about $35. But people are hyping this for Ultimate Cup, and I wouldn't be surprised. Let's take a look on the Europe side. BT12, €20 to 25 to €30. So €30 is not terrible in my opinion. Definitely keep an eye out on this. I think it's a very good investment. If you guys are playing Red Hybrid, just, again, $10 difference paired to us is really good in any given time of the week. Then we have Gatomon Official Tournament Pack Volume 9, Starter Deck 10, Parallel World Tacticians. So this card, definitely keep an eye out on this, especially with BT14 stuff getting revealed. There could be a change up very easily, and this could trigger buyouts very quickly. Because if Gatomon Mastemon gets really nasty, you can really see some definite value here. So stuff like this is really solid. So you're looking like 12 to about $13 range. I mean, it's got on the low end 10s, but not terrible. Not terrible at all. Let's go into next. Europe side, though, looking like €5 to 10 to €30 range. Crazy. But, you know, normal common sense here is looking like €7. It's kind of where most of the bulk of it is. And the next bulk is about in the 12 to €16 range. So definitely keep an eye out. But next, we should probably step into the sponsor of the video, and that's Card Trader. So guys, if you guys want, definitely sign up with my affiliate link down below. This will help you guys get $2 free for you to buy any card your heart desires on this site. So it's definitely keeping a good eye, especially if you guys are wanting to sell internationally. Sometimes, especially with their delays, and if we get the product first, you could list it on there and then basically ship it out to them early and make some probably clean profit that way. So stuff like that is good to keep in mind, especially if you guys are looking to future sell. It might be worth keeping in mind. But again, there's plenty of cards to go around. You can get anything your heart's desires. You can get up to Cross Time, BT12, Starter Deck 14, anything you want. Especially sometimes they do have cheaper cards than we do, but that all depends. Next, though, let's get off it. Remember, we're going to the next card, please. We have Mirai to talk about. So Mirai is going up, boys and girls. A little bit of looking like some hype today, and that was because of the Patamon reveal. So we're looking like a few people bought into it. We have 3, 2, 1, 4. Not bad. A good amount of copies actually moved. So we went to 7. 10 copies moved just today alone. And about a almost close to $10 range, which isn't terrible for sure. So Mirai, though, definitely after taking a look at that, definitely looking like a $10 card. Not terrible. She's going to be expensive. I don't see her coming down anytime soon, but she's pretty good for that starter turn, gain that memory, right? So let's take a look on the Europe side, though. Looking like 12 euros to 20 euro range. Definitely seeing a decent headway there. Surprise, surprise. Usually she's never this expensive on their side, but that's cool. Definitely seeing some decent value there. Boys and girls, if you have it on Europe side, make some money. Next, though, we have Koromon BT5. We haven't talked about this in a hot second, but because usually people just buy this out, it's just always being bought out. There's just nothing about it we can stop. It's just always going to be an expensive card going forwards. Let's take a look on the Europe side, though. Looking like 75 to 100 euro range. A little bit cheaper than us, have more quantity, but definitely a lot more in like the 85 euro range, kind of right here, to 80 euro range. Not terrible, especially because you can get 4 copies. And then we do have Magna Angemon. Since this hasn't been talked about in a hot second, we've known that it had a reprint back in last month with it getting that anniversary printing, which then made this card a little more accessible paired to that, you know, $30 price. It has dropped down to 15, which is really good because SetCon isn't doing as much as it used to, which is fine. We enjoy seeing that limitation put in place. So definitely worth keeping an eye on and note of. But then let's take a look on the Europe side. 15, 18, kind of in the same boat range. Nothing too crazy expensive on Magna Angemon, but it's worth keeping an eye on. Definitely gets replaced once we get to BT14 though. Those versions of the aces are just really good. Imperial Jamon Fighter Mode, definitely keep an eye on this card, especially once they reveal the promo. This card could skyrocket pretty quickly, and then you guys are going to get upset when this thing touches like 25, 30 bucks again. But just worth keeping your eyes really close on this card. Just pay attention. You're going to probably have to grab this sooner than later if you think the new card that is a promo is going to be related to this card. On the Europe side, taking a look at it, 18, 23 euros. Not terrible. I mean, a little more expensive than us, but hey, that's not as bad. But hey, it depends on what happens in the format and what's going to happen with those promos. Definitely could make or break the deck. But then we have Eosmon, another card because it looks like Morphemon is getting a promo. So that means it could definitely see some Eosmon love, which went up for a little bit because the hype was there for the Quartz Eosmon deck. But outside of that, nothing too crazy. Europe side, though, looking like 50 cents to €1, which isn't terrible, actually. Then we do have the next card. If this thing loads up like it's supposed to. Eosmon Next Adventure pre-release card. Definitely saw a buyout, which is quite interesting. So let's get back into this. So Eosmon from Next Adventure pre-release is about $4, which isn't terrible. Not terrible at all. Looking decent here. But, 9 copies left, being bought out. People are speculating, and it probably will do something because of all turns, all your other Eosmon get plus 1000 DP, and on deletion you may play a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand without paying its memory cost. All we need to do is have Morphemon just give a blanketed, similar to Corsorimon's skill that gives the rush to Eosmon, Morphemon. You'll be really solid there. And that's pretty how you want to do it. Europe side, though, looking like 75 cents to about €2, to capping at €4. Not terrible. Plenty of stock there. Better than our 9 copies. So, Europe. Let's go into the next card, though. is Lanamon from Across Time pre-release card. Definitely seeing that spike. She's going to just keep going up. There's no questions at it. The card is just that good. 24, 25, 28. Not terrible. Plenty of stock between the 24s. Jumping up to 25. There's just plenty of decent stock here. Europe side, let's take a look. Especially since they just started getting the pre-release stuff. €8 to €10 range. Not terrible, actually. But Lanamon's just here to play. It's going to stay for a long time. For any blue deck for that. Instead of Kumamon, he'll be playing this. That jamming's just so nice. And, you know, waifu taxed. Then we have Gabumon X Antibody Alternate Art. Definitely going up, boys and girls. I'm surprised at this, but I could be not reading this correctly. The deck isn't doing anything yet, but we'll have to see, well, the starter decks do anything. Do the BT14 do anything? So it'll be definitely good to see what happens there, but being $20 to $30 to $45 card is kind of crazy to me, but you know, it's going to have that Agumon price value, to be sure. Gabumon X Antibody on the Europe side, €10 to about €18. Not terrible. Then let's take a look here. What's next is Beelzemon April 2023 starter, you know, special winter pack. So guys, if you're waiting to get something worth valued here, this is definitely worth the pickup at the $14 range. It's not terrible. I like it a lot, to be honest with you. Then let's take a look on the Europe side. About €12 to about €20 range. Not bad. They're kind of on our low end matching up. So guys, I think if you guys are trying to build the advanced deck, this might be your cheapest route here. The winners is definitely very easy to get your hands on. Let's see. Next, got it. If it loads ever. Is Daemon from Across Time pre-release. Definitely coming down, which is good to see. But only 7 listings left. You know. Plenty of here in the 3. We have 3 listings in King Fandom, which isn't bad. But then you have like 15s shortly after once they get bought out. Let's take a look on the Europe side. And that is looking like €30 to €17. Crazy. Daemon is expensive. Let's go to the next card we're going to talk about. Is Guilmon X Antibody from X Record pre-release card. Definitely good to see this card finally come down after being so expensive for all those months. So if we take a look prior for a year at least, this card was like 22 holding that strong. Now it's finally dipped down into like $12 range, which is good because if you guys been waiting to max rarity your Gallant and you need some Guilmon X Antibodies, probably now is the best time because it is at the $12 mark. And then we should be getting into the last card here after this one. Guilmon on the Europe side for the X Antibody pre-release. €15 to €20. Not terrible. Definitely seeing a spike there, though. People are hyping Galamon Across the Seas, apparently. Who would have known? Then we have Renamon from Across Encounter pre-release. Same effect as Guilmon. So this card is definitely going up. This is because EX4 is coming. And it has Renamon support. And it all does this. If you use an option of 2 costs or more, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. So that blanket effect is going to be useful. So looking at it, 19, 19, 20, 20. Not terrible. Let's see what the Europe side has to offer. Europe is looking pretty fine. €3 to €5 range. Plenty of stock for you guys. But keep an eye out on it, especially with the X4 around the corner. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed the Market Watch. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace!